So my friends, attempt number 2 for my getting to Magusa or Famagusta. This is the morning of the next day. It is still raining, but it is not as bad as it was, although the forecast said, well, it is difficult to believe all the forecasts, of course, but it kind of was true that yesterday was bad here in Girne, but quite nice in Famagusta, where I didn't get, unfortunately. And today will be equally not as good in both places. Yesterday was really terrible here in Girne. So friends, that's my second attempt, which hopefully will be better than the first one, because I already have booked the ticket. They have my name already in their books, in the list of the maršrutkas, or dolmuš as they call it here, and I should be able to get in no problem in that minibus and get to Famagusta or Magusa. So let's see how it goes and how we're getting on in this day. This will be kind of crazy and eventful day, I think. We'll see. So here I come to the place which you already probably recognize, Colon Hospital, to get my PCR test results. Hopefully the negative one. Otherwise I can't continue to Jordan, no matter if it is true or no. And they said me yesterday that the results will be ready at the evening. One of the receptionists said that 9 or 10 p.m. should be ready, and the other person who took the actual sample from me, I was asking for a confirmation. You know, I like to confirm things because you never know. One person says one thing and another something else. So I asked for confirmation. She said, oh, it's only maybe. And they will let me know on my North Cyprus phone number, which I don't have, of course. And I said, I don't have the number. And she said, oh, well, we can't tell then. And I asked, can I come on the next morning, meaning today? And then she said, yes, no problem, next morning anytime should be good, and they're open 24/7, as you can read here. So let's find out. So that is the passport. Just myself, yeah, nobody else. Hello, thank you so much. Have a good day. All good there, yeah? Sorry? It's signed and everything, yeah. Thank you, thank you. Well, what can be better than this, my friends? I got the result. It was negative. What else can it be? Well, I got the situation in Zagreb in Croatia 2 years ago or what? Or a year ago, I don't remember even, when it was positive. So it can happen. And I was planning to go to Bosnia at that time, and I didn't get there because of that stupid test. Okay, let's not curse about things. Things just happen. But now, why shouldn't we feel happy now? I got the test, it's negative, it's all nicely printed on paper. I need on paper. For the next country they ask it to be on paper, not electronic. And I got it quite quickly, so I didn't have to wait. So I think I have something like half an hour to spare now, because I was timing this so that I have time just in case I need to wait or there are some issues, like all the time with documents there are always some issues, and if I need more time to figure things out and wait for one stamp or other signature or whatever, just in case, I timed half an hour to spare, but it was quick and easy, so I have half an hour free and it's all good. We can go now to our dolmush and go to Magusa, or what was it in Greek? Famagusta. So friends, I am back at the dolmush place with all the mini events that go to different places. Like these three go to Lefkosha or Nicosia. That one doesn't have any writing in it. And that one, I see that it says Magusa. So that must be the same thing. I'll be probably going, this one. I'll be probably going with that. Although the next one has Magusa as well. And it says Magusa, not Magosa. Okay. Kind of similar sounding. So, all good, and I still have some time, so I'm not risking to be late because I have already booked and paid, and I have my ticket in my wallet and they have my name in their lists in the office, so it is good not to be late for this one, because I won't get my Turkish liras back if I will be late. And next one probably will be again booked full, so I won't be able to get it. Well friends, I did something which I usually don't do, but the price was good. And you see there is the Dolmush stop just in front of us, and I will be able to, and how do you like the name of it? It's called Doping, Cafe Doping. So I will be able to sit for this half an hour, and I definitely won't be walking around in the rain just before I enter. So I took off my raincoat and let it dry and drop a little bit, so it's drier when I enter the bus. That's my sausage bag there, and the water bottle tied to it. And yeah, this thing is called Golzer, I forgot already. And when I asked what is it, he said cheese. So we'll see, it will be interesting. And it wasn't expensive at all. And one other funny thing I just noticed, you see, when I'm here, I walk like this. This is my setup, how much I need to dress to be warm enough in this weather. But the locals, you see, they're different, and there were even more people with thicker coats, but they're not here anymore, so I can't show you. While waiting for the Dolmush and not having to walk in the rain, and being able to sit down so that I don't waste my ankle miles before I need to explore Magusa. Bon appetit! So, the rain stopped for a moment and we're going in. Teşekkürler. Looks like I'm the first one. Where do you think, guys, will be more space for my feet? Probably front would be better, but he opened it for me here, so that's okay. We shouldn't worry about that. It's good enough. In some marshrutkas they have such a seats that there's no space for feet. Here is plenty. Plenty. No worries at all. And which side do you think will be better views? In this case it could be either, but that side is a little bit obstructed, so I'll be taking the left one. I learned a couple new words in Turkish. Bilet is ticket, like in many other languages. And evet is yes. And I think no is yok, but I'm not 100% sure, almost sure. That yok is no, evet definitely is yes. Teşekkürler is thank you. Merhaba is hello, which are useful Turkish words in case you want to communicate. Teşekkürler. So friends, I am happy to report that we have arrived with this beast in Magusa, and I found out that full name of this place is Magusa, not just Magusa, Magusa, but everybody is calling it Magusa. And also it's quite funny to see, you see, there are even some places which are dry even, so it wasn't been raining, but you see that thing and it looks like it's coming, so we probably will be wet, although the worst part is behind that house. I was looking on it and the wind is already picking up like before the thunderstorm kind of wind. We'll see, maybe it will kind of pass us on that side, because that is already a little bit lighter side, so we'll see. Anyway, it is better than expected already, so let's be happy about that. And here, friends, is some free food. I don't know how good it is. Sometimes they're very bitter, sometimes they're very nice and sweet, and since I am taller than most people, I can usually reach the ones which other people hasn't reached yet. Which do you think is better? Let's try this one maybe, and we'll see if it's good. I can take more. Okay friends, let's explore Magusa while we still have time, before we have to go back to Nicosia in order to cross the border to the south side and going to Paphos airport at the evening. You know, it was good enough, it is good enough to eat whole of it, but it isn't good enough to pick more. So we'll leave it out. And you know, friends, it really looks like we are lucky. That lighter side is kind of approaching, and there's lighter as well, and that big thing went aside of us. So how not to be happy? And there will be some old stuff, interesting stuff. That's the direction I'll be going, but not so quick, people, not so quick. First I want to check the place where the buses will leave for Lefkosha, because that's the place where buses leave, and I just arrived towards and from Girne, but for Lefkosha I found out it wasn't that easy to find it out, but I found out that it's something here. I think that's the kind of bus station, or yeah, probably you can call it a bus station, proper bus station. Itimat, that's the same name. So will you stop? You did. Thank you. Although the face looked like it is perfect. You see, Magusa Lefkosha, Lefkosha Magusa, all the buses which I need, and they are taking 1 hour to drive. Oh, come on, people. You don't see that every day, do you? Okay. They take 1 hour to drive, and they leave 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. is the last one, but I don't care about that. So, at exact hours, that looks like I probably would need to take the 1 p.m. because if I take 2 p.m. it might be quite tricky. I might be on time, but I might miss the bus because I still need to walk across the border and walk to the bus station of southern side of Nicosia, and I have a bus from there at 3:30. So if I took 2 p.m. bus, I kind of theoretically get there by 3 p.m. but I might miss that 3:30. I could be on time, but it's risky. In the worst case, I could of course use the last bus at 7 p.m. The next one is at 7 p.m. from Nicosia, but it would be crazy late and I wouldn't have time to work in airport. So I would prefer not to miss that bus at 3:30. We'll see. If I can see everything and be here by 1 p.m. I'll take that bus. If not, I might risk with 2 p.m. It's something a little bit past 10, I think, in the morning now. So, friends, let's go there and explore this place. Now then, what do you say about this, my friends? Is this cool or what? That's the first thing. That's our bus station. Okay, let's keep going. We got a slight bit of first rain. Well, first, maybe last. We'll see. But it's raining slightly. Nice. Let's go in. And by the way, I didn't tell it to you, but the thing which I'm going in right now is not some special castle or something. It's just the regular city wall. We are just entering the old city. nothing else, and it's already quite impressive. We'll see what else we can see here. Beautiful, isn't it? And what do you say about this, friends? As far as I understand, it is some old Venetian building, Venetian palace of some kind. I like these support arches on the sides. And if you don't like the old Venetian buildings, you can see the new Turkish buildings. And there's somebody guarding these Venetian ruins. Are you doing a good job of guarding, my doggy? You look like you're quite friendly. A little bit stressed, maybe. Ah, you thought you can just come to me like this? Or just walk away? So friends, let's not waste too much time with doggies, because we have a lot to see in this city. And I want to go to that ghost town as well, before my bus is leaving. Cool. Well, it looks like we have a whole host of different old things here. There is something. Okay, sorry. This is the remains of Venetian royal palace. Sorry for misleading you, friends. This is the palace. And that is something else. Well, it's obviously church, and this is the altar side. Yeah, and it is towards the east, so all fits together nicely. Although I strangely couldn't find anything on Google Maps about this thing, so I thought that's the first building, that must be the palace. And you see there is more old stuff, and there will be more old stuff. That's probably the cathedral with the bombed roof. Under restoration, as they said in that Girne city. Well, I just walked on the western side of that old church, or whatever it was. I'm pretty sure it was a church. And this side was the side probably where was the tower, or was planned to be. Yeah, don't know. And in any case, it's now closed and nothing happens there, as far as I can tell from what I see. So let's keep moving. That's the Venetian palace. And let's keep moving towards the other sites. And this is something interesting. I wonder what is this poster, because it's in Greek language. Something like paramilitary or something. Something about eschaton, which is end. Eschaton enosis, it says. I don't have hands in the raincoat. Eschaton enosis. Enosis is the unification with Greece, and eschaton is end. Ahonas mechris eschaton enosis. Yeah, don't know what is it, but something Greekish. Well, Greek Cypriot thing. Is it a call to finally finish the unification with Greece? Don't know, friends, but I have to walk further. That's a cool car. It's interesting, they're shooting some movie here, so probably that's why the poster was there. And That's why all old cars are there, and the soldiers with old uniforms. And it was funny. And you see more guns. It was funny. One man came to me and said, "No screen, no screen." And he couldn't tell me more in English. He said, "Little English, no screen." and pointing to my phone. So I shouldn't be filming and taking pictures, and I asked why. What's the problem? In the whole city I'm not allowed? And he was just, "No screen, no screen." And then another man came, and then he spoke tiny bit English, and he said, "Shooting film, this street no picture." So that's the reason why the poster was there. Otherwise I was thinking, what's going on? These kind of Greek thing about enosis in the Turkish part. Why? But they're obviously shooting some film. Who knows, maybe some historical kind of propaganda type film about how bad these Greeks are, who wanted enosis with Greece, unification with Greece. So let's better go for unification with Turkey. Well, I'm making fun of that, but you understand, people. I don't make fun of the pain and sorrows and the bombed buildings and lost lives and all those things. I'm making fun of our human nature, which always takes sides. Unification with the others is bad, unification with the ours is good. Enemy bombs and bullets are bad and evil. Our bullets and bombs are good. How can they be good, people? How can any killing be good? And by the way, this is St. Francis Church. Well, probably I should say what's left of that church. And would I be too wrong if I assumed that it was the same reason as for all the other churches, that it was bombing during the 70s, during the Turkish army invasion, when it was destroyed and bombed, and this was what was left of it. This is what was left of it. Well, you see, not too much is left. You can imagine how it looked inside when there was an inside. And that should be the eastern end where the altar was standing. And this, just behind the church wall, is something which is called Cafer Pasha Baths. So obviously some other Turkish bath. We can actually climb on the roof of it. And I just can't help myself, but I like these kind of domes with these glass windows so much. It's so cute, especially from inside. Let's climb completely. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here, probably not. But I'm not supposed to be filming and taking pictures anyway. And I'm not supposed to be whatever, nothing. So let's just look at it until somebody tells me to go away. Or if it doesn't happen, until I have time to go away. So basically that's the street down there, behind that weed with prickles, and that's the phone booths, and these are the domes. This is so cool. I don't know, am I the only one who likes these things? Well, I don't mean the dirt and the mess of the pipes and these things, but I mean the construction itself. Who knows, maybe I one day build a house with such a roof. And it's so cool how it looks from inside when the light goes through these glass things. And I wonder, what are these? Oh, it was a mistake that I went too close to these prickles. I think I made some holes in my raincoat. Cool. It's too dark probably. And you don't just have these domes, you have also this arch. What is it in English? Maybe not here. Let's go back where I came from. And now let's go and see the Cafer Pasha baths from the street side. These are the phone booths which I was looking from above, and this is how it looks from the street. That's the entrance probably. And that's the St. Francis Church. What's remaining of it? Okay people, let's go further because the time is going. And I actually noticed that we were supposed to arrive at 10 o'clock, but we arrived something like 30 or 40 minutes later. So we have even less time in here. Let's see. And this must be St. Nicholas Cathedral, the biggest thing. And as far as I understand, it is also, as every, by the way, that's the Venetian building, is it? Perhaps. By the way, you see, hammam. And hammam, I think, is bath. The steam bath or whatever, the hot thing, sauna type bath, as far as I understand. Yeah, this is beautiful as well. But what I was starting to say, that the church, the cathedral, as all churches should be and have to be in this part of the island, they must be bombed and without roofs. So I think this will be the same probably, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's an exception. Let's find out, because it looks like it is open. Let's go in. Well, probably there is one way how a church can be left not without a roof. It's the case when it's converted into Lala Mustafa Pasha Mosque. But no, you see the years are very, very old. So what's the story there? It's definitely a mosque now, as you can see. Well, it looks nice. It looks more than nice, I would say. That's really cool. And interesting, I wonder, what do they do? Because to the church, altar is pretty much always to the east, to exact east. Well, mosque, when they pray, they face Mecca, no matter if it's east or what. And from here, what do you think, friends, from Cyprus? Mecca is where? Something like southeast? Southeast? So I guess it should be somewhere there maybe, but Let's see. Is there a place where they turn to when they pray? Preaching from here. Okay, that's a pulpit for them. Okay. And what is that? I have no clue. You can tell me, friends. And what's that? Oh, it's for women, probably. The place where women go up and they pray from there. Well, not too many women designed in this place to be. So is that probably... Well, it looks like it's exactly south. But Mecca can't be exactly south. It is more easterly than just south, somewhere there. Could it be that they don't have to be very precise, and since they got a building already, so they just chose the side which was kind of most towards Mecca? Again, I don't know, friends. But what I know is the clock. It's already 11:10, if I can believe it. Not good, friends. We have to be quicker. I like how they translate prayer, both in English and in Russian. Funny. But I can guess what they mean. Okay, let's continue our walk. Bye bye mosque. Masks? Come on. Who uses masks in this country? By the way, in this country it's a funny thing. I like Turkish attitude about these things. As every country is going mad with their masks and COVID restrictions and lockdowns and all the things which are fashionable during these times for the governments to impose. The Turkish as well, both in Turkey, I have heard, and definitely here I have seen, they have this policy of theoretically imposing some lockdown, but in reality you saw, not in a bus, not in a cafe, not in a mosque, people are not even wearing masks. And even in the hospital, in the cool British hospital where I was making a PCR test, I went in without mask. I forgot about mask completely. And instead of him saying no entry without mask, get the mask and then enter, he just said, if you don't have mask, wait near the entrance, don't come all the way in. And quite a few of their staff, which I saw, also was without masks. So, take it easy, guys. Even in hospitals, take it easy. No need to make your life difficult. They say it is WC here, as they say. WC, WC. And that's where they wash the feet. Yeah, if you have carpet in a place where usually it's a huge amount of dust, it makes sense that you want to wash your feet. Is it paid? It is. No need to spend money for the thing which I can do behind any of the bushes. This tree is beautiful, isn't it? And what's that building? Ginkgo biloba. It's written on the door. Ginkgo biloba is the Latin botanical name for ginkgo tree. Maybe this way you will see it better. And that's the big mosque, former church. Yeah, the new minaret is there, well, relatively new, and the older church towers both are broken. So that's the change from the centuries. Bandabulia. Okay, I already know what it means. It's the bazaar, the market, the souk, the old one. At least in Girne it was the case. I like these columns and the archway. Archway is it called? What do you call it? Beautiful. Love it. And it's closed. Not love it. What's on this side? Will it be something better? I need to watch my step better. Yeah, nothing, everything is closed. And these archways are nowhere near as nice looking as these ones. Isn't this cool, guys? Okay, let's keep moving. That's another look on that mosque ex-church cathedral. And the last view from the eastern, kind of northeast eastern side. That's nice when it works. If it works. When it worked. What would be the correct way of saying these things? And that one at the back is something called Othello's Tower. Don't ask me why, how, who. That's the only thing which I could read on my map. But let's go and see. Although it looks like it's closed, but these steps look like they might be open, so we might be able to climb on top of it, which is probably even better. Let's go for it, friends. Well, friends, this was definitely worth it. Look at that. Nice. That's the old cathedral, which is now mosque, and there is another church which wasn't converted into mosque, and that's why you see it has no roof, and partly no walls even. It is under restoration. Don't worry, people. Don't worry. And that's harbor, I think. Port. Let's climb where we shouldn't be supposed to be climbing, but we want to enjoy a better view, don't we? Oh, that's a better view. Anyway, let's not get distracted. Wow, Kıbrıs on that lorry. Kıbrıs is Cyprus in Turkish language, and Deniz Cilik. Deniz is sea. I know that Deniz means sea in Turkish, but sorry, I can't translate anything else. Probably some name and sea lines or sea ferries or whatever. Definitely sea something. Deniz something. And somewhere there is Varosha, where I want to go before getting back to bus. Beautiful people. The Mediterranean Sea towards east And behind that sea isn't very far where is Lebanon, Syria, somewhere there is Israel, somewhere there is Turkey, and of course all there is Turkey as well. We are in an interesting place, very close to Middle Eastern countries, but at least southern part of this island is considered to be Europe, although it's in the middle of Middle East. Cool. I like these old stones. Yeah, and old cars, old forklifts and tractors and who knows what else. All the port equipment basically. Nice. What do you think? What do you think, friends? It was definitely worth coming up here, wasn't it? Cool. I don't know about that beast, but this lion looks very friendly. What do you think? It's more like a cartoon type character instead of something frightening for scaring off intruders in this city. And this is Petek. Don't ask me what is Petek, but obviously you can eat something there if you want. And this is beautiful palm-lined street near the old city walls. I'm on the opposite side of the city walls of the city, the old city. I came in there and the walls are all around us, and this is the eastern side. I came into west, and that's the cathedral, which is mosque, and that's something something interesting, something old. What is it? Is it Hospital of Saint Anthony? Okay, obviously they like 4th century monks as well. Liked, I would say. Probably it was when it was built. Yeah, nice. That one looks like some Turkish military base, I guess. You can guess 3 times if it's allowed to film it. Let's not go there. We need here, because here is another church, the one we saw from top of the Othello's Tower, the one without roof, and it is called Church of Saint George of the Greeks. Is it a different George? Not the one who fought with the dragon. Why is it of the Greeks? Well, friends, this is how a church looks in Northern Cyprus if it hasn't been turned into a mosque. As we already know, there is a good way how to describe it. It is under restoration. Yes, already 45 years, 46 or whatever, under restoration. In the middle of 70s, when the bombers came, they did their job, and as far as I understand, everybody is pretty much happy with the result. Why change anything when it is so good as it is? Well, I'm probably again making jokes But I hope you understand me. I don't want to offend anybody. That comes from there, from that church which is mosque. Allahu Akbar. Good. I do know quite well that God is great and mighty. What's here? That's interesting, guys. Wow. That's the old spiral staircase to the bell tower, full with bird poo, but we won't be able to climb very high up there. But you see how it was before. Cool. And what is there? Let's go and find out. Nice. Amazing, all old stones. Yeah, that's cool. What can I say, friends? The bombers did their job really thoroughly and properly. They didn't miss much. Reminder of the middle of 70s during the last century. I quite like this view. What do you think? Veterinary department. Was it for horses? Interesting. But in any case, it looks like it belonged to Brits, to the Crown. 1948. By that time it was still part of British Empire. They got free from the Brits only on the 1960. Well, kind of free. Brits still kept two most important pieces of this island where their huge military bases are, which was part of the whole thing why this country had so many troubles. The Brits really needed this place, this island, which they called Unsinkable Battleship military base in the very strategic location in Mediterranean near Middle East, where they can have their military bases on, like on a ship, which is not sinkable, which is island. If that wasn't the case, I think most, at least big part of all the troubles which these islanders experienced wouldn't be happening to them. And now we're about to leave the old city walls. This is the gate where on the very southeastern side, which I'll be leaving the old city through and going towards Varosha district, which is this ghost town. We'll see if it is that interesting as everybody say it is, or what. And there actually you can see, in English it's port of Famagusta, the Greek name, and Magusa, Limani, is in Turkish. Limani is port. Liman in Russian language is like a big body of water, which is kind of sea, but not connected to sea anymore. Like a lake inland, just inland of the sea, divided by a short piece of land from the sea. I wonder, is that some film about Cyprus being invaded by Turkish army? You see Cyprus, Cyprus, and battleships coming and Turkish flag being raised over the land, probably. This is so beautiful. And that's a very small island, no, well, peninsula, not island. But you see, well, you don't see probably, when we go closer you will see, there are some red signs with the soldier. I wonder, are these already the first quarters, the first blocks of these ghost town, of this ghost town? This definitely looks like a house which might be deserted since the 70s. And they should begin quite soon, so it might be already this. Interesting. And you see, there is a sign which says Dur. Remember that jokey thing which I told you about stop and dur? In Turkish, stop means dur. This was the hyper-popular tourist town, resort town for all kinds of celebrities and other people until the mid 70s last century.